Hi there, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel, Elle's Temple. My name is Elle. I am a goddess guide and tarot reader. And today I am so excited to be bringing you a reading all about what positive shifts are coming through for you. So to get straight into introducing the piles, we've got 3 piles today. And pile number 1 is going to be this card, Fairies Orders, Rest, Replenish and Release Guilt. So if you're drawn to this card, you'll be pile number 1. The timestamps will be below. If you are drawn to Gold and Apple, Rewriting, Queen Codes, Her Story, Healing Distortion, you will be pile number 2. Okay, and if you are drawn to Golden Libyan Tektite, Expansion, Galactivations, Initiation, and Ancient Egypt, then you will be pile number 3. Okay, my loves, so take a moment to pause the video if you need to and tune into the energy of each of the 3 piles. See which one draws you in. It's no problem at all if more than one pile draws you in, especially with things relating to positive shifts. That just means that there's more than one positive shift coming for you. So definitely claim it if you're feeling drawn to it. And I will see you in your piles. Okay. Hi there, pile number 1. If you chose the Fairies Orders to Rest card, then you will be pile number 1. Okay, so let's get straight into your reading. I've already pre-pulled your oracle cards, and then we've got the gorgeous Modern Goddesses tarot deck, and I'll get some tarot cards for you in a moment. This is going to be a shorter reading. I haven't got quite as many oracle cards as usual. So I say shorter. A lot of my readings end up being really long, but we're going to try and keep this to around 15 to 20 minutes. So let's see how we get on. We have got, first up, card number 14, Divination Chive. So one of the big positive shifts that I see coming to you is possibly an increase in your ability to connect with divination in some form. So some of you may already be some form of divinator. You may be really connected to things like tarot readings, or I'm seeing someone do like scrying, like mirror scrying or things, or even like tea leaf reading, or even sort of astrology, anything like that that's able to predict the future, or is it some form of like predicting tool or something like that. I feel like that is a positive shift that is coming to you, and this might be a little bit of a change for you because we've got the number 14 here, which in numerology 4 + 1 reduces to the number 5, and the number 5 is all about change. So this might be a bit of a shift, a bit of a change. It might be that this is a new direction that you're feeling pulled to go in, or just, you know, an increase in those abilities, or your interest in these things might start to really shift slightly in some form. So let's get into the rest of your cards. Next we have Branwen of the Starlit Ostara, a new beginning. Yeah, so I feel like exactly this is kind of confirming that shift. There is going to be some kind of change, some kind of new beginning here for you, perhaps doing something around some form of divination, or some form of possibly connecting with, I'm also seeing someone do some kind of work with the natural world here. We've got the goddess here, Branwen. She's sat here. I think she's holding a little bird. It's a little bit hard to see with the light, but it looks like she's cradling a little bird. She's got something in this little pot cooking away. So some of you might be getting into cooking as well more, or reading things from or cooking maybe intuitively with the chives and the cooking pot there. So I'm getting a few different things for different people, so just take what resonates, but definitely there's some kind of shift, some kind of change, some kind of new beginning here for you. We've got a butterfly here, which is all about rebirth and transformation and evolution, you know, from the caterpillar to the butterfly. So there could be quite a big positive shift coming in for you, where you're going from a period of perhaps rest, because we had rest here with Fairies Orders, and replenish as well. So maybe you've been in a bit of a sort of cocoon period, and you've been resting, you've been pulling your energy back from others, you've been maybe doing some form of divination, maybe you sought out a tarot reader. Hello. You might have sought out a tarot reader or tarot reading on YouTube like this one, to, you know, sort of check in with yourself and kind of see what direction you're feeling called to go in next. And now you're about to step into, or the shift that's coming for you is this new beginning in some form or other. I do feel like also you're going to be, getting out in nature more in some way. There's some sort of sense of, maybe after you've been cocooned, maybe through the winter or something. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere and you've just gone through winter, you've gone through a bit of a period of cocooning yourself a little bit, or kind of, I see someone sort of taking time out from socializing, maybe introverting a little bit, hermiting a little bit, just sort of keeping your energy to yourself. And you're going to go through a bit of a rebirth, a bit of a new beginning, and sort of come out of that cocoon, get out into nature, get out and about a little bit more once you've kind of really rested and replenished your energy. So there was maybe a bit of a time where you might have taxed your energy a little bit much, whether that was through work or family or certain responsibilities, but you're now replenishing that. And once you feel replenished, then you can kind of come out and have this new beginning. So next we have, where are we? The sun. Beautiful. Joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, play. Exactly. I feel like after this period of rest and replenishment that you've been going through and this little cocoon, you are going to come out into the sun. And I love that I'm filming this in the evening. I'm in Cornwall in the UK, so it's beautiful and sunny weather here at the moment. We've got beautiful evening sun. So that energy is really like present in your reading. So it's kind of beautiful that it's come out and confirming this sun card. And we've got that like bright sunlight right here shining on your reading right now, which I'm really loving for you, because I feel like this is the energy of like you are coming out to shine your light. Like after that period of being cocooned, maybe you feel like you've gone through a bit of a period of darkness, a bit of a period of perhaps doing some shadow work, or like, working on yourself, or really going through a bit of a rebirth process. And now you're coming out, or this new shift that's coming for you is to come out into the sun, to come out into the light, to experience joy again, to, re-find your vitality. Once you've really replenished your energy, you're going to find that vitality. I see some of you maybe doing dancing as well. We've got two, I don't know if you can see, they're quite faint, but there's two dancers on this card. So possibly dancing for some of you could be something that will help replenish your energy and bring you back some vitality and life force, if you're called to that or you feel drawn to that. Or otherwise just getting out in nature. Again, we've got a lot of nature here. There's flowers and so forth around this this beautiful figure on this card, this sort of fairy figure. There's all these like spring and summery flowers. We've got a lot of pink flowers and green here. So, and again, as I mentioned with this card, this goddess is sat outside, there's the tree, she's out in nature. So there's a lot of like nature imagery. So getting out in nature could be really important for you as well, to help replenish your energy, to clear any negative energy that might be stuck in your aura, release anything that's making you feel cloudy or down. Just really clear all that out, connect with the sun, connect with the earth, connect with flowers. That could be really important. I'm also picking up for someone, maybe flower essences could be really helpful at this time as well, to help replenish your energy. I'm just tuning in to see if there's a particular flower essence. I don't know a huge amount about flower essences. I'm still kind of learning a little bit, but possibly cherry blossom. I don't actually know what that corresponds to, but if you're feeling called to that, or there's someone who's using that at the moment, shout out below in the comments and let me know, because I'm picking up something to do with cherry blossom. Or maybe some of you live where there are a lot of cherry blossoms or something like that. But the energy of cherry blossoms could be significant for someone, but I feel like it's kind of your energy in the sense that you're coming out into the light. You're really going to be blossoming. You're going to have this new beginning. You're going to enjoy life again. There's going to be success available for you. And yeah, we're seeing this like rose blossoming as well in this card. So there's a real sense of like energy amplifying, things expanding for you, coming out into the light, shining your own light as well. And I feel like with this Fairies Orders card, I feel like during this period of rest and cocooning that you've been going through, there's been this beautiful cup of like energy and love and support and like golden like a golden life force energy almost being poured into you. And it's like making your whole light body like really really radiant. really, really radiant, so that when you come out of this cocoon period and you come into this like butterfly stage, you're just so light. You can really shine your light. There's also something about releasing guilt. So maybe for some of you, you might be a little bit workaholic, possibly for some of you. Some of you might be Capricorn or have Capricorn somewhere strong in your chart. Some of you might be mums. And I appreciate, obviously, it's like really annoying hearing like, don't work so hard, because, obviously that is the hardest job. And sometimes you have that whole double load, right? Like the double workload of working and looking after kids, especially if you're a single mom or something. So I hope that you have been able to get some support so you can have the rest that you need to replenish. And also don't feel guilty about that, because, I know that, like, I mean, I'm not a mum, so I can only imagine what it must be like, especially for mums. But I think just, anyone who has that kind of workaholic nature, that it can be really, really hard to not feel guilty if you're resting and feel like you always have to be doing, or like, I should be doing more for my kids, or I should be doing more for my business, or I should be doing more for my work or something. And there's a strong call here to like, just let that go. Let go of that guilt. It's really important that if you are feeling really tired, or you have been feeling really tired and you've needed to rest, that you don't feel guilty about that rest, that you just allow yourself to rest and really receive the nourishment that rest gives you, because that is like, there's a reason you've had to go through that. It's like the caterpillar, right? Like it's kind of crawling along. Eventually one day it's just like, whoop, okay, I've just got to curl up now and go into this cocoon, and I can't do anything. And it has to go in the cocoon. It has to go in the cocoon, because it's not going to blossom into a butterfly if it doesn't. So sorry, that came out like a bit of a lecture, but I feel like someone's spirit guide is like, look, you need to sleep, you need to rest, you need to chill, you need to let yourself have the rest, and don't beat yourself up about it, and don't feel guilty about it. Because if you're feeling like you need to cocoon, or you felt recently like you've needed to cocoon, there was a reason for that. There was like a spiritual reason for that, if you like, or like there's like a rebirth in your life that's going on. You've needed to pull your energy back from other people in your life. And I appreciate, like I say, for those of you that might be parents, that could be really, really difficult to kind of reconcile. But like, I feel that your guides are saying it's okay. Like, it's okay that you couldn't maybe do as much for a period of time. You are going to come back out of this with like so much more energy, because you're going to be so much more aligned with like this new beginning is going to give you so much more energy, because it's going to be more like you're pulled. It's like your energy is going to be pulling you from within, rather than you needing to push yourself to do something, if that makes sense. So let's see what we've got next. So next up we have moon law, ebb and flow. Yeah, exactly. For those of you that are watching this at the time of upload, it is the full moon in Sagittarius tonight, actually. So this is quite potent that we're filming this at this time. Don't worry if you're not. It could just be that whenever the next full moon is going to be quite an important time for you to kind of rest. So these are timeless messages, so don't worry if you're watching it after that. But certainly the full moon in Sagittarius is all about expansion, right? And we've got that here with that sort of life force energy, the new beginning and so forth. But I feel like this is a strong message, again, for those of you that have felt the need to rest, that like, there's ebbs and flows in life, right? Like, in order to be able to go with the flow for the next part of your life, for this new beginning, there's a need to kind of ebb back first. Like the ocean can't always have the tide in, right? It's got to ebb and flow. The tide's got to come in and out and in and out. And it's the same with your energy. It can't be 100% on. You can't sort of give the tide in 100% of the time. Like, the ocean is ruled by the moon, and the moon goes through cycles, right? The moon is not full all month round. And especially if you are a woman in your cycles, like women's cycles, we're very in sync with the moon. So we go through ebbs and flows naturally as part of our natural energy. So, you know, if that is something that you notice around the time of your monthly, right, you might find you get really tired. Or just, you know, it doesn't even have to be just for women. Like this can just be like natural energetic cycles. It's something that we're all part of nature, and we can all have ebbs and flows in our energy, and we can all get burnt out. And so it's really, really important to kind of like notice when you're being called to just have a little bit of ebb, or honor that kind of ebb part of your cycle and know that you're going to flow again. Also, some of you might be getting some messages in your dreams that could be quite significant. Dream time, you could be receiving like sort of intuitive messages or guidance or something like that. That could be quite important. So next up we have... Yeah, the full moon. I welcome clarity and guidance from the full moon. Exactly. I basically just said that. So that just kind of, that card confirmed exactly what I just channeled. Thank you, Spirit. I love when that happens. Lovely synchronicity. So, yeah, I love that we've got like the sun and the moon here, because this is perfect. It's showing the need for that balance, right? The need for that, like, you know, in order to have that yang energy, that like, you know, sun energy of shining your light, and, you know, like a candle kind of thing, like burning. You've also got to have that time where, you know, the candle goes out, the sun goes down, the moon comes out, and you have rest and you have sleep and you have yin time, you have moon time, you receive guidance. Welcome guidance from the full moon, welcome guidance from sleep, and, you know, rest your energy so that you can kind of flow again and have this new beginning. So yeah, I think possibly doing some kind of full moon ritual, if you're watching this at the time of upload, could be really useful. Or even just, you know, writing like this affirmation: I welcome clarity and guidance from the full moon, before you go to sleep. Yeah, dancing could be something. Again, I spoke about dancing with the sun card. This person's dancing under the full moon. So if you're feeling called to go dancing under the full moon, then by all means, like that might be really a powerful way to kind of connect in with your intuition and get energy flowing again. Yeah, I'm just seeing if there's anything else through. I'm seeing here she's got some stones around her. So it looks like sort of crystals in a circle. So, you know, if you don't feel like necessarily dancing, then maybe just casting a crystal circle around you, and like call on energies of your guides, you know, whatever it is that you connect with, maybe ancestors or angels or fairies if you connect with fairies, or goddesses if you connect with goddesses, whatever it is that you feel like receiving some support from at this time. You know, you could put some crystals, or even just, you know, flowers, or, you know, even little candles, tea light candles. It doesn't have to be a big ornate ceremony. You don't have to go out and buy anything expensive. Just whatever you've got at home that you can create a little circle around yourself, you know, and call on the energy of the full moon and ask it to send down the guidance that you need at this time. So I really love that we've got that sort of sun and moon energy here. There's a lot around balance, so that you can yeah, have this new beginning. I feel like it's really important to kind of get your energy balanced out. So before I finish up, I'm going to pull, let's see, where should I put this card? Pop it there. I'm going to pull a couple of tarot cards for you. Not too long, because I want to keep this message quite short. So I have already pre-shuffled this deck. So let's just get straight into shuffling for you guys. This deck is it's a beautiful deck, but it's quite big, and my hands are really small, so it's a little bit clumsy sometimes, but let's see what we can do. Okay, so what positive shifts are coming in for pile number 1? Please, Spirit, what positive shifts are coming in for pile 1? Woo! Oh, I love this. This is so beautiful. Ace of Cups. You've got, yeah, this is just confirmation of like everything that's here, because ace means new beginning, and we've got a new beginning on this card. And cups is all to do with like your emotional fulfillment, you know, like filling your cup. Maybe there's a new love that's coming in for you as well, because I can see a love heart here. But more generally, I think this is like self-love, showing yourself self-love and care. And then from that place of like really replenishing your energy, it radiates out and you can receive so much more, right? So it's kind of confirming this card. And we've got look at the similarities. We've got a golden cup here pouring down onto this figure, and we've got a golden cup here pouring out. So it's like, as you rest and replenish, you fill your own energy up, and you receive like an energy upgrade, perhaps, if you like, from spirit. So some of you might be going through, as you're maybe as you're resting, you might be noticing you're having weird physical symptoms. So that could be like you're receiving kind of light, or you're receiving like energetic upgrades, so to speak, whilst you're resting, and that's giving you the like this strength to and also like filling your own inner cup up, so that you can then radiate out to others. You can then sort of give to others from a full cup. You're not going to be like drained or spent or like burnt out kind of thing. So there's a beautiful new beginning here. This is completely just confirming the oracle card, so I love when that happens. Let's pop that there. Let's just get one more, and then I'm going to finish up with, there's a guidance card I've already pre-pulled for you. So one more card, please. Yeah, this is, it's almost like, what is the point really of doing the tarot? But, you know, we love it and they're pretty. So we've got the Fool here, which literally just confirms everything I've been saying, because the Fool is all about a new beginning. It's about stepping off that precipice and like going in a new direction. We had change with the number 14 at the beginning. So there could be this shift, this change. You're like taking steps towards something new. You're leaping towards something new. And actually, for those of you that have been following my channel for recently, you might have noticed I had a reading come out, I think about a week or two ago, about leaping forward in courage. So that might be a useful one. I can leave the link for that below. That might be a useful one for you to watch, because that could be like the next thing that happens after you go through this shift, or after you rest and replenish your energy. You're then able to leap forward in courage with something. We've got the sun here as well, so another confirmation in the sun. We've got a rainbow, which is like, you know, rainbows are sort of that whole idea of after the rain. So after maybe a period of being a bit glum, or having some downtime or sadness or loss or something like that, there's a rainbow that comes out. So there's this beautiful new beginning that's waiting for you. Yeah, this is just absolutely gorgeous. I feel like you are literally right on the precipice. You can see her foot is so close to the edge here. It's like there's just a tiny little bit of a way to go. And I feel like once you finish kind of this resting process, you'll then be like, boop, nudged to like just jump off that cliff and go towards what you really want to go towards. So I love that. That is just such gorgeous energy for you. I'm so excited for you, Pile One. You'll have to leave a comment below if this resonated, because I would love to hear, whoops, some hair. I would love to hear if, here. Sorry, I'm in a silly mood today. I'll stop making puns. I would love to hear if this resonated in some way, if you do feel like you're shifting into a sort of new direction, or something, or you've been feeling after this period of kind of cocooning, if something new is coming in. And the last card we've got with the guidance is all that I need is coming to me in ways I could never have imagined. And we've got a crescent moon here. So beautiful. Yeah. So this, this could be at the time of the new moon, some new things come in for you. But yeah, I just feel like trusting that, you know, once you've refilled your cup, everything that you need is going to come to you. This new beginning is coming. All the tools and resources that you need in order to do that new beginning are coming, whatever that is. So that is just, yeah, beautiful confirmation of all the messages here. Okay, my loves, I'm going to leave your message there, short and sweet today, relatively short and sweet compared with my other ones. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for letting me read for you. I always really enjoy connecting with your energy, and I love hearing from you. If you feel like leaving a comment below, don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the reading. It helps tell me what content you're enjoying, and it tells the YouTube algorithm, let's try that again, the YouTube algorithm to send my readings out to the wider YouTube world, and helps my little baby channel to grow. And hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you're not already subscribed. And otherwise, I will see you in the next reading. Oh, my love. Bye. Hi there, pile number 2. If you chose the gold and apple rewriting card, this will be your reading. Okay, so let's get straight into the oracle cards that I have pre-pulled. So first up, we've got number 33, Hecate, Queen of the Crossroads, the Unknown. So some of you might be feeling like you've been at a bit of a crossroads recently. Maybe you've been juggling between 2 or 3 different options in some area in your life, 2 or 3 different options in terms of a path that you want to take, or it could be related to work or something related to sort of business, like trying to figure out like exactly what angle you want to take in your business, like exactly what kind of what you're most being called to sort of work towards or like work with or something like that. I'm seeing also with the scales here. This could be something related to like juggling to a couple of different things, like kind of maybe juggling a day job as well as like your business, a side hustle or something, or a project. So there could be something around juggling, but also the scales of justice can be related to like contracts, signing contracts. So maybe you've been looking at different directions of like whether you want to sign a contract for a certain job, or go in a completely different direction, a completely different path. So there's something around feeling called towards the unknown. I feel like maybe you've come from a certain direction, which has been maybe something that was more, say, perhaps conventional, or something like a path that you kind of knew or something you felt comfortable with. And you're now feeling called towards exploring the unknown, like kind of going in a path like where you're creating your own path, you're sort of writing your own story, because we've got rewriting here, her story, queen codes, and we've got a crown, which I feel like has a lot to do with like you wanting to have sovereignty over your own life, you wanting to sort of direct the direction that your life goes in, you wanting to have control over your story, over, you know, what you do for money is what I'm hearing specifically, or what you do with your time. Maybe sort of time sovereignty is really important to you, like being able to work with your own energy, or work, you know, perhaps work from home, I'm hearing. So someone might be wanting to like, you know, get out of a contract that was related to going into an office or something, because now you really want to do something where you're working for yourself primarily, or working from home. So there's some kind of a crossroads you are either in right now, or you've been in that kind of recently, is what I'm seeing. So let's see what the other cards are saying around the positive shift that's coming. I feel like though you are in the process of creating this for yourself, and it's sort of just starting to blossom. We've got all these little buds that are just starting to come out. So it could be something that you've recently started, but it just hasn't fully maybe come out yet. And I feel like you're really being called to like keep going down the path that is perhaps the unknown path, like exploring the unknown in some way and seeing where that guides you, and kind of like being like a way, what is the word I'm hearing, like way shower or wayfarer, like you have to create your own way kind of thing. You've got to carve out your own path for yourself. That's something that's quite important for you, I feel like, pile number 2. And I think this is the positive shift that is coming your way, that you are going to be able to claim that sovereignty for yourself. What else have we got here? Yes, happiness, joy of life. This is beautiful. This is something that I feel like is the shift that's coming in. You're going to have this like beautiful freedom. There's something that it's like there's this very fertile energy here. So there's something where there's like a new beginning, like something that you've sort of fertilized and it's growing is the energy I'm getting, and it's going to lead to you feeling very happy and having a lot of joy in your life. That's something that I feel like you're wanting to incorporate into your day more, that you're wanting to kind of feel a lot more free, a lot more flowing. You can see in this card, this woman is just, you know, her hair is out, she's throwing flowers around, she's collecting eggs. You know, maybe some of you want to, you know, sort of live more of a sort of, you know, quote unquote simple life kind of thing, or the good life. Some of you might remember that show from back in the day in the UK. But yeah, it's kind of that energy of like maybe growing your own food, or like, having hens so you can collect eggs. That might be a dream of yours. And you're kind of like, oh, I don't quite know how to get there, but I just want to be able to like, yeah, like be self-sovereign, like have control over my day and have control over my energy and have the freedom to kind of do what I want, or, yeah, kind of like be free to be who you are is sort of what I'm getting. Like, and also something around like femininity and kind of there's something to do with like her story and kind of rewriting her story in the sense of like rediscovering what like the feminine is to you. So not necessarily going with like, any kind of social construction of what femininity means or what the feminine is. And like rewriting that for yourself in some way, like figuring that out for your own self, like again having that sovereignty to like explore that feminine side of yourself. And again, I'm being drawn to the scales with the the juggling, or the sort of the two sides. That the scales can also speak of like yin and yang. So it could be, having that ability to explore both your yang and your masculine side and your feminine side, your yin side, and that sort of more flowing side, if you like. Perhaps having more time to more time to, maybe I'm hearing more time to conceive. So some of you might be trying for a baby. I did pick up on a sort of fertility energy here. So if that's what you're trying for, then this could be a sign that is the positive shift, that's something that's coming for you. But I feel like it's perhaps more generally, if you're not specifically trying to conceive an actual human baby, then it could be like conceiving a project, right? Conceiving a business, but doing it in a very feminine way, like doing it in a way where you're nurturing yourself, you're really like connecting with your energy, you're doing it in a way where you can honor your own energy in some sense. So there's something around like, yeah, building in a lot of time for yourself, building in a lot of time for experiencing the joys of life and the pleasures of life is what I'm getting. It's that whole kind of, it's very sensual energy. We've got the apple, and like she's got eggs, and it's like, she's outside. There's a lot of nature. There's a lot of spring energy. So there's this energy of like new life, new birth, new spring energy, new projects, kind of, that could be in the works for you in some form. Let's see what we have next. Release the petals. Beautiful. Transformation, death and rebirth, shedding all change. Yeah, I feel like this could be saying, if you have felt called in this new direction, to release the old, like release what you've known previously, release this old path or anything that hasn't been serving you. And it's funny, actually, I was drawn to I pulled these cards several days ago and I forgot what the messages were already, but I was pulled to leave petals all over the table, rose petals all over the table, and now we've got release the petals. So that's quite beautiful that's come out. Yeah, there's a death and rebirth energy. So some of you may have been drawn to pile one as well, because there was a lot around rebirth for pile one too. So that's obviously a big theme in the collective at the moment, or certainly right now. I feel like there is. If you're watching this at the time of upload, we've got a full moon right now, which that can often be about rebirth, certainly. So yeah, I think that I feel that you're tapping into your feminine energy a lot more. You're maybe releasing a way of being, and this could be, this is just energy. So this is regardless of how you identify as gender. This is just to do with energy. So it doesn't matter what you identify as. You're just learning to tap into more, say, free flowing or feminine energy. Finding that connection with the feminine within, figuring out what that means to you, rewriting what that means to you. So maybe writing could be potent or powerful for you at this time. Some of you may be writers. You'll have to comment down below if you are. I would love to hear if that resonates, if you are actually writers, because there's something around rewriting. So I feel like some of you may be actually writing about this process, or you may just be journaling, or journaling could be very powerful for you if you haven't tried that, or any kind of like stream of consciousness writing. Something like that could be very helpful to go through this transformation. But there's something around balancing out yin and yang energies, Yeah, like finding that like feminine sovereignty is what I'm getting big time. Like learning how to be sovereign in a way that is like honoring your feminine side of yourself, not just the kind of masculine, like um kind of that go 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 energy, that kind of yeah, sort of perhaps like, an energy that's maybe been perhaps more about logic and knowing. I'm getting a vibe of like previously you've had to go down like a path that you've known, because there's something to do with like the unknown now calling you, whereas previously you've always done what was like the known thing or the logical thing or like the normal thing or the thing, the conventional thing, or the thing that you expected to as part of like your family or society or whatever it might be. And there's something now around needing to find more balance and tuning into your feminine side, changing your life, shifting your life so that you're honoring that feminine side, finding more happiness in your day, um, finding more freedom. Yeah, release something around releasing something and changing. And it's going to be quite a big shift for you. Let's see what else we have here. We've got, woo, victory. I love this. We've got 2 crowns here. So, yeah, again, sovereignty is very important for you. Being able to, like, wear your own crown, so to speak, have that own control over your life is really important. And you are going to find victory in this endeavor, whatever this is, whether it's kind of leaving the city and going to the country so you can have hens and grow and like collect eggs, or whether it's starting a business, or whether it's having a baby, or like maybe you're trying for a baby, or some kind of new path that is just really unknown to you. It might be a bit scary, but you are going to find victory in this. Yeah, I'm just seeing if I'm getting something around healing distortion. So maybe some of you have been given some kind of distorted conditioning around like what it means to kind of be in your feminine energy or feminine power, like maybe seeing it as weak, or like, well, if I, leave my important job and I just go into the country and I'm a mother or something, then like, you know where's my status or something. I'm kind of getting a vibe of that. So that could be someone's thoughts, but there's something around some kind of distortion or distorted thinking that you may have inherited from either a parent figure or from society, from the media, So there's something around healing some kind of distortion that's going to be part of this shift in order so that you can kind of find that sovereignty. It could be that some of you might identify gender wise in as a masculine gender, so you may identify as a man, for example, but you are feeling more drawn to do something that is quote unquote seemingly more feminine, or seemingly like a female, what would typically be a female job or something. And there's some kind of battle within around, like, because there's a distortion that you might have been conditioned with around, like, well, you can't do that because that's a woman's job or something like that, or like you might have received some kind of distortion. So there could be something around distorted thinking, or clearing that away so that you can really like harness your basically go on the path that you want to, essentially go down the path that is the unknown path. Go with the flow, go with what your intuition is calling you to do, and you are going to be really victorious in this. I'm also seeing with the fours are about foundations. So I think this is a lot to do with like creating your own foundation in some way. So I think this is, for those of you that are wanting to perhaps start your own business, that's a confirmation of like, you are going to have that success. You are going to be victorious in that, whatever foundation you're trying to lay for yourself. Or maybe some of you are just trying to move house. But there's some kind of big shift. And it's something that like involves going more towards the unknown, which might be quite scary, because I feel like for many of you, you may have typically chosen the more logical route, so to speak, or something that you already knew how to do or something. And it's like you're being really called to like release that control, release needing to know, and trusting in the unknown. Last up, we have got card number 15, gratitude. I pause for a moment of gratitude for the many blessings in my life. Yeah, I feel like this is something you're being called to practice more in terms of even if you are in a place where you don't feel happy at the moment, or you don't feel like you do have joy in your life, or control or sovereignty over yourself, the more you can stay in a vibration or a state of gratitude, the more you can manifest and call towards you what it is that you are wanting to create. So, for some of you who are familiar with manifestation work, doing things like scripting or even affirmation speaking aloud, the gratitude for the thing as if you already have it is really, really powerful, and it can feel really stupid. Believe me, I know I've tried this myself and it has worked, so I will confirm that this does work. It can take quite a bit of shift though, because it can feel really wacky to kind of be like, I am so grateful for, blah, 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 like, my loving partner, or my new baby, or my new business supporting me, or whatever it is you're trying to manifest. It can feel bonkers being like talking about it as if you already have it when you don't, and there can be a bit of resistance in your brain at first, like, yeah, but this is stupid because I don't have it, and like, why am I being grateful for something I don't have? And that's just your ego, right? That's just kind of your old state, right? The part that you need to release. But the more that you can kind of stay in well, at least practice as much as possible a state of gratitude for these things that you are wanting to manifest, whether it is like some happiness in some form, or some kind of or clarity, or like victory in some kind of project or something. The more you can practice the gratitude as if it's already here, and live in that vibration as if you already have it, the faster you will manifest it, and the faster you will shift, and the faster you'll have this victory and this sovereignty and this new project or whatever it is, this happiness. It will just, like, it will amaze you, like, how quickly it will just show up in your life. I have done this, and it is really, really powerful. It does take a little bit to kind of get your brain around, like, the kind of disbelief, but it's almost like going into kind of child's mind, right? Like, children just believe in anything, and it's like you have to kind of you have to believe it before you see it, whereas like the rational brain goes, no, I want to see it before I believe it, like, show me the evidence. But like, if you believe it, then it will just show up. So let's get into, just to finish up, I'm gonna try and keep this reading short, but let's get into a couple of tarot messages just to finish off. The last pile had two cards that totally confirmed all the oracle cards, so it was almost pointless, but we love to see tarot, right? So let's get into it. So Spirit, can we have a couple of tarot cards for what positive shift is coming in for pile 2? Woohoo! Yeah, exactly. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. You're manifesting your wish, whatever this is. And this is a general reading, obviously, so it'll be different for all of you. I picked up on a number of different storylines. So if you feel comfortable commenting below, to let me know what is the happiness you're trying to manifest, I would love to hear. Because I'm picking up so many different things. For some of you, it might be trying to have a baby, or like move house, maybe move to the country. I'm sort of getting this wish vibe. So many of you have different wishes. So many of you are trying to manifest different things. But this is confirmation that like you are going to get your wish fulfilled. And I feel like for many of you, this won't obviously be for all of you, but for many of you, this is related to like you being the boss of your life. You can see this woman has like awesome boss energy. She's like got her feet astride. She is like, yes, I can put food on my table. Like, woo! Like, I am the boss. I am the boss of me. I am in control. Like, I have what I need, and she's just living the life, right? And I think that is, to do with this sovereignty. Like, if that is something you've been trying to manifest, or something you've been called towards trying or starting, this is the sign that like you will have your wish fulfillment. So Yeah, I love that. There's a lot of food on this table. I will just say that some of you might be food lovers. You might be Tauruses like me. Shout out to my fellow Taurians. Because we've got apple, we've got eggs, we've got lemons, we've got oranges. There's a lot of fruit. So maybe that could be a sign some of you need to eat more fruit, or fruit could be helpful in some way. Or maybe you're into like cooking. Pile 2. What positive shifts are coming in for pile 2? Woo! Okay, that fell off the table 1 second. Oh my goodness. I love this. Queen of Wands. Yeah, exactly. The Queen. What do we say about the Queen? Queen codes, Queen, victory. We've got 2 crowns here and here. This is all about you being the boss of your life in whatever way you want to do that, and also being able to manifest. Like wands is all to do with, you know, manifestation and having that manifesting power, like, you know, being able to visualize something, envisage something, and then like make it happen. Like, you know, you've got the power, you've got that manifesting power to make something happen. The Queen of Wands is super powerful and super spiritual. Super connected with like her inner fire, her inner spark, her inner passions, her inner creativity. I can see someone writing here. So maybe some of you, I think I spoke about some of you might be writers with that rewriting. And then we've got this woman writing. So again, journaling, scripting could be really powerful. So like literally scripting what you're grateful for as if you already have it. Like, I'm so grateful that I've finally been able to conceive. I'm so grateful that I have the business of my dreams and I can live the hours that I want. I'm so grateful, whatever it is, fill in the blank. And write it multiple times, say it multiple times. It's really, really powerful. Scripting is like, it works. It works. It takes a bit of work. It takes a bit of time to do it. Some of you might like have a little black cat as well. That could be, this could be a sign if you've got a cat that, or a little grey cat. Or some of you might have red hair. That's just what I'm picking up. But anyway, I'm going to leave the tarot part there. I've got a final guidance card for you. And we've got today, I consciously choose to think loving thoughts, take compassionate actions, and bring forth peaceful energy. I love this. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of just confirming what I was saying about the gratitude and consciously choosing like what thoughts you want to think, consciously choosing what you want to focus on, and choosing to focus on like feeling the wish fulfilled, feeling grateful for these things as if you already have them, feeling grateful for the happiness in your life. And I feel like it is coming. Like this is all coming to you. You are going to be victorious in this. Like you are absolutely going to have your wish fulfilled. But there's just maybe a wee shift, like a little bit of a mindset shift, a little bit of a like focusing on what you do want to create, and being very conscious about what you're focusing on, being very conscious about where your thoughts are going. So yeah, but you're on the path, you're on the route. So I'm going to leave your reading there, pile 2. I hope this resonated for you. Thank you so much for being here. I've so enjoyed reading for you today. Don't forget to leave a comment below if it resonated. It helps me know which content is resonating and tells the YouTube algorithm to send the videos around and helps my little baby channel to grow. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're not already, and the notification bell so you'll be notified when I next upload a reading. Thank you so much again for being here, and I'll see you in the next reading. All my love. Bye. Hi there, pile number 3. If you chose the Golden Libyan Tektite with Expansion and Gull Activations, Initiation, and Ancient Egypt, this will be your reading. Okay, let's get straight into the Oracle cards. So first we have Free Spirit, card number 13, Be Your Own Person. And we've got this beautiful, these wolves like howling at the moon, and this woman holding a globe with a path that's kind of curved. I hope you can see that there with the light. There's kind of a pathway that's curved. It's like I'm getting the vibe of the Two of Wands. So some of you might be using this time right now, especially if you're watching this at the time of upload with the full moon in Sagittarius. It is a timeless reading, but I am recording this at the time of the full moon in Sagittarius, and which is all about expansion. It's all about like expanding your world. Sagittarius is often linked with travel, and like that. I feel like Sagittarius energy is very linked with Goddess Artemis, you know, like kind of with the bow and arrow, like sort of drawing the arrow back, and so that it can be sort of shot forward. So I'm getting this vibe that right now you're visualizing your future. You're sort of like howling to the moon, so to speak, like kind of putting your voice out there. You're telling the universe what you want. You're looking to the future. You're envisaging what you want to create. It's that very Two of Wands energy, like looking through out into the distant horizon, as if you're imagining what you want to see in your near future. And this is all about you being free. This is all about you being your own person. So there's something around shifting to a positive shift that's coming to you around you being able to be your own person in some way. So maybe some of you have recently, like perhaps moved out of home, or you're about to move out of home, or you've gone through a breakup and you're kind of recreating your, well, not so much recreating, but like rediscovering your own identity again, like now that you're not with that person, or you know, you're leaving a job behind or something like that, and you're going to be a free spirit. You want to be a free spirit. You're yearning to be this free spirit. Maybe some of you are thinking of traveling, like I'm getting with the Egyptian pyramids here as well, like possibly going somewhere like Egypt or the Middle East or something, if that's called one of you. That could just be a message for one person, but if you're feeling called towards something like that, there could be something around creating the freedom in your life so that you can travel where you want and be your own person, possibly moving somewhere else, whether it's moving out or moving cities or moving countries or something, so that you can really feel free to express yourself in some way, express your voice. We've got this wolf that's howling. There's something around self-expression. We've also got a lot of the color blue here, and blue is all about the throat chakra and self-expression and creative expression. So there's something around possibly wanting to move, or at least just a positive shift where you're able to start to be your own person a lot more. Because next we have got card number 24 with agreement, and I feel like this is to do with you perhaps are someone who might be a little bit on the people pleasing side of things, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's a very human tendency. So, you know, don't knock that side of yourself, in the sense that, like, you know, we are often very conditioned to do this, or it's often just a very primal human need to want to people please, because it's so important to be able to fit in with the tribe, right? And to be accepted by others. It's literally hardwired into us to do that. So it can often be a real challenge to kind of like go against the grain and honor your own free spirit, and kind of go, you know what, actually I need to go my own way. I need to be my own person now. I need to stop perhaps going with the crowd, or just doing what my partner wants, or just doing what my parents want, or just doing, you know, whatever it is, like agreeing for the sake of agreeing, or agreeing to be liked, or agreeing to be seen as agreeable, you know, and in whatever form that is, whether it might be in the workplace or in a relationship, or just generally in your life or around your friends. There's something around you possibly sacrificing your own free spirit in some way in order to fit in, or in order to be in agreement with others. I'm also getting with 24, maybe some of you are around 24, or this might have been the age that you got into some kind of agreement, like maybe you created a new friendship group or something, and you've kind of been going along with that crowd, or you started a new, like a job at a company at that point, and you made an agreement with that company to work there for a period of time, or something like that. Or maybe 24 is the age you're moving out of home, and you're going to really be able to be this free spirit. But there's something around kind of like walking away from an agreement, or being agreeable and being a free spirit. It's really important that to allow the shift fully, that you really sort of honor your true self and your needs, and feel confident to speak up and speak your needs. Yeah, there's something around like speaking. There's a lot of like throat chakra, so some kind of throat chakra healing could be really useful for you. Wearing blue, any kind of blue crystals. I've got sodalite crystal here. Sodalite is excellent for throat chakra healing. It's really, really powerful. Also lapis lazuli, or most of the blue crystals are really, really good for that. So yeah, I feel like, yeah, I'm getting now with the red as well. This is linked with the root chakra, which is a lot to do with like your tribe, your home, where you were brought up. So there's something around maybe being in agreement or needing to be in agreement with those people. So with your family, with, you know, your school friends, like the people you grew up around, the people that were like your home tribe, your homies, you know, and maybe that, you know, that's fine. And you did that for a period of your life and you needed to do that. And that was just where you were at. And maybe you were younger, you know, like I said, some of you might be 24 or something now, or you're, you know, however old you are, it doesn't really matter. There's never any limit, right, to discovering your free spirit. But there's something around like you've had to kind of be in agreement with the people in that, like, that are linked with like your roots, so where you're from. And again, this could even be, it doesn't have to be that you still necessarily live with your family. This could be like culturally or something, or in a religious sense or something. You could have actually left the family home, but you've had to still agree to a lot of customs or a lot of rules, or, you know, you made some kind of vow or something, or there was some kind of agreement with your family that you would do something a certain way even after you left home. You know, a lot of these things can be really imprinted on us. And we can carry them, you know, even if we are independent, so to speak, when we're still not really being free enough to be our own person fully, because we're kind of still living in a way that, you know, is like in agreement with the people that raised us, or in agreement with the culture that we were raised in. So there's something around shifting towards being your own person that's really, really important for you at this time. So let's have a look at the other cards. So next we've got After the Rain, Silver Lining, Relief, Hope, Mercy, It's Over, and Acceptance. So yeah, I feel like some of you may have gone through, I did pick up possibly some of you may have gone through a breakup recently. So that could be this, speaking of this, like it's over, after the rain, like there might have been a lot of tears after leaving this situation. Or maybe just, you know, you've left the home, or you've had to leave your home country or something like that. And it's been quite upsetting or a little bit bittersweet, because even though you're going off on this adventure or going into the world or starting to like create your own life, there's been, you know, a lot of sadness and leaving people behind, or with this ending. But I feel like with Silver Lining, it's like whatever's ended, whatever had to be pulled away from you, there's a silver lining, there's a rainbow. So you can see, hopefully you can see that. There's a rainbow here, which is like the rainbow comes after the rain. So after any period of, you know, things being washed away, of sadness, of release, of letting go of something or someone or a group of people. Oh, yeah, I'm picking up a definite, like I'm picking up a grieving energy or quite a sad energy. So definitely some of you might have lost someone. I'm so sorry if you have gone through that, or you are still going through that grief. But I feel like it's less like, you know, you've maybe lost a person in terms of someone's died, and more like you've lost someone and that you've walked away from someone, or you've had to walk away from someone or something. Because we've got relief here. So I feel like actually the silver lining is that you're going to feel a sense of relief after walking away. Like it might be a little bit bittersweet. There might have been a bit of sadness over losing this connection, or, you know, job, or set of friends, or way of being, or something. But the silver lining is that you get to be your own person now. You get to call the shots. You get to just be in agreement with your own soul, not with anyone else anymore. So yeah, it might be for someone around, you know, if you're struggling with having gone through some kind of breakup scenario and you're now single, because we're seeing this like single figure on this card. You know, this may end up being a bit of a blessing in disguise. I know it probably doesn't feel like that right now, and I totally understand that feeling. I know when I've gone through breakups in the past, they feel like the worst, most horrible, painful thing ever at the time. But sometimes in retrospect, like later on, you can look back and think, wow, oh my gosh, I dodged a bullet, or like, actually I feel relief that that situation did get pulled away from me, or that I lost that, or that it got washed away because really that person wasn't right for me, and like they didn't, like our needs weren't really aligned, or like maybe actually I was a bit of a people pleaser with them. Like maybe actually I agreed with a lot of their things that they liked, and I went along with stuff and let them call the shots, but like really I didn't actually like half that stuff. Like, I didn't, want to live in the country they wanted to live in. I wanted to go and travel and like go and explore Egypt or something like that. So it could be that like it doesn't feel like it now, but after the rain, you will see the rainbow. Like there will be a rainbow that will come through for you. You will feel a sense of relief. You will feel a sense of hope again. Let's see what we have next. We've got abundance. I'm abundant. Endless abundance flows through me. Yeah, so I feel like this is kind of saying, and we've got this golden energy here and expansion. So some of you might have been, I'm picking up a kind of another scenario now, that some of you might have been in a job situation, maybe. Again, like I spoke of with agreement, some of you may have made some kind of agreement with a workplace, like a contract or something, and now you're going your own way. This energy came up a little bit in pile 2, so you may be drawn to pile 2 as well, but now you're being called to like be your own person, go your own way. And I feel like the shift that's going to come is that you are going to receive abundance from this, like not to worry about your abundance, not to worry about your sense of supply. Like everything is going to expand for you. You are like really, you are going to be golden is kind of what I'm hearing. Like you are going to receive the abundance that you need. And of course, abundance is different for everyone. So, it could be an abundance of support. It could be an abundance of love. It could be an abundance of money. It could be an abundance of supply in some form. So with that, yeah, I feel like this is kind of like the rainbow, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Like after you've gone through that releasing period, you are going to receive, you are eventually going to receive the abundance, that kind of pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It's waiting for you, but there was just a need to kind of like shift something out of your life so that you could be your own free spirit. And last up, we have got, yes, Lilith, the first feminist, autonomy. Exactly, autonomy. All of this needed to happen so that you could be autonomous. You could be your own person. You could direct your life. You could go in any direction that you want to go in. You could make your own decisions for yourself, not be controlled by anyone else, not be told what to do, not have to be in agreement with anyone else, especially if it's something that's like you're not necessarily honoring your own needs. It's like maybe you were kind of abandoning yourself a little bit, or betraying yourself a little bit because you were agreeing to things that actually you maybe didn't really want. Like in retrospect, you're like, actually I feel like now that I can be my own person, and I don't have that person's voice in my head all the time. Like now I can think for myself, and I can choose what I want to do, and like what I want to eat, and where I want to go. And like that's the kind of it's like this beautiful mercy that's waiting for you. It's like it feels like a painful thing, but actually it's going to be this beautiful rainbow, and there is going to be a pot of gold at the end, which I think if those of you who are on the relationship side of things and you're looking for love, maybe you've gone through a breakup, eventually once you've become your own person, like your pot of gold will be that abundance in terms of an abundance of love. But there's a need to kind of maybe be on your own for a bit of a period, be autonomous, like, just really tap into your own energy really strongly. For others of you who resonate with this sort of business side of things, maybe, or like going in your own direction in terms of starting your own thing, or just being, maybe just taking off for a while and going on a sabbatical, for example, or going traveling for a period of time. There is something around like you are going to receive the support that you need. You are going to receive the abundance that you need. And again, there's just a need to be a little bit autonomous for a while. There's a need to kind of like not be in agreement with someone else, or perhaps get out of the contract that you might have been in through like work or at home or whatever sort of certain contractual responsibilities you had. There's a need to kind of, as much as possible, obviously, as long as you're kind of still looking after yourself and meeting your survival needs, as much as possible, builds in some time eventually to be your own person, to find that autonomy in your life in some form. So I think that's all the oracle cards that I have for you. Let's get a couple of tarot cards to finish up. I'm going to try and keep this reading relatively short so we won't go for too much longer. Let's see. Okay. Spirit, can you give me a card for what positive shift is coming in for pile 3? What positive shift? Woo! Oh, beautiful. The star. I love this. Yeah, I'm getting a dual message for this. For some of you, this is healing. The star can be about healing. So it can be about letting go. Again, we spoke of like the rain, and there's a lot of water being poured out here. So some of you may have been through a period of emotional release or letting go of someone, and it's been quite upsetting. There's been a lot of grief. But also with the star, this can also speak of destiny. So being aligned with your destiny. And I feel like as well with this card, she's looking through the, oh my gosh, I've just gone blank. I can't think what that thing is called, like a telescope. She's looking through the telescope at the like night sky. It's sort of like that energy of, I spoke of at the beginning with the free spirit with the 2 of wands, and like looking through the 2 wands at the, you know, envisaging what path you might want to have in your future. So there's a similar energy here where once you've let go of this situation, you know, you can start to envisage life on your own. You can start to envisage doing things your way, being autonomous, where you want to go, figuring out what path you want to go in. Again, maybe I'm sort of getting travel might be on the cards for some of you, or just envisaging what life you might like in some way. Like, you know, maybe doing vision boarding could be really helpful for some of you. But yeah, there's something, this, whatever has happened, this was very destined, and it's very destined for you to be your own free spirit at this time. This is a big shift that was very destined for you. I feel like someone really needed to hear that. So if you feel like, why did this happen? Like, why did I lose this person? Or why did I go through that? Or, you know, why am I being moved away, or whatever it is? Or why do I feel like I need to kind of walk away from my home or my job or whatever? It's like you're very destined to need to spend some time, you know, figuring out your own path and what direction you want to go in, and not sort of being under someone else's agreement anymore. Let's just get one more tarot card. Whoops. Can I have one more card, please, Spirit, for pile 3? What positive shift? Whoa. Okay, we got 2. Fine. I will take both. Don't tell the other piles that you got an extra tarot card. So we've got strength. Yeah. So this thing that was destined to happen, and this shift is in order for you to find that inner strength. It's interesting here. We've got a very similar posture here with this card and this Lilith card. They're both kind of sitting on the ground. They're very grounded. They're both with animals, both with quite scary animals. One's holding a snake and the other one's holding a lion. And we've got a wolf here as well. Again, we've got wolves here, and wolves are very independent creatures. You know, they do hunt in packs and so forth, but they are also kind of, you know, like loners, like you often hear, like the lone wolf, right? It's like a loner kind of energy. It's like a, you know, and I just want to stress, you're not going to be alone forever. For those of you who are like, but I want to be with someone. You will, if that's what you want. You know, that is the abundance that will come to you eventually. But there's a need to kind of embrace your autonomy, embrace being a lone wolf for a while in order to find your strength again, in order to go through this expansion. It's a bit of an initiation, I feel like, whatever this was that you've had to go through, whatever this like being pulled away from other people, it was an initiation so that you could find your strength. And we've got the Chariot, which is movement. And again, I'm picking up travel vibes because the Chariot can often speak of moving. It can speak of moving countries, moving cities, moving house, traveling. It's just all about movement. So in some form or other, there's going to be some kind of movement in your life that's going to be more towards the direction that you want to go in. So I love that. I love this for you, pile number 3. I feel like you have been through a really tough time, and certainly with after the rain, it sounds like there has been some rain in your life, some kind of emotional purge or some kind of loss or something, but there really is a rainbow coming to you that is the positive shift that's coming. I feel that really strongly with you. So I'm going to leave your reading there, pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today. I really hope this resonated for you. Don't forget to leave a comment below if it did. It really helps me know which readings are resonating, and it helps tell the YouTube algorithm to send the readings around YouTube, so that it helps my little baby channel to grow. And hit the subscribe button if you're not already, and the notification bell so you'll be notified when I next upload a reading. And thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next reading. All my love. Bye.